Good Friday evening to you. I am live because it is February the 4th and I still have not done my power sheets for this month, my tending list. So I knew that if I sat down here, got all this camera stuff set up, and went live, that I would actually go ahead and fill out this tending list. I also wanted to do it live in case there's any of you who are new to power sheets and you're kind of wondering how this whole process works. How do you set up monthly, weekly, daily goals? How do you break down your goals to know where to put the content, from your goal idea into a tending list so that you can track it for the month? I thought if I did this live, if you had questions, you could ask them. I didn't send out a notification, so I'm not sure how many people will join me, but maybe if you're watching the replay and you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat, in the comments there, and I will come back through and answer any questions anyone may have about using Power Sheets and creating a monthly tending list. So I have another camera here that's going to show you my Power Sheets as I go through this process. So I'm excited to use this little bit of technology tonight, and I'm going to add the second view so you can see my Power Sheets as I write. Now, before I, of course, pressed the go live button, I thought a little bit about all of my goals and I wrote down some actions that I want to do this month in each area, in each goal area that I have. So I have faith goals, which I call spiritual goals. I have family goals, which are I call Stegall goals because our last name is Stegall. So it's anything that has to do with me, my family. I have stewardship goals, which are my financial goals. I have health goals, which I call sweat goals, which is about working out, eating healthy, anything that has to do with nourishing my body or my family's body. I have share goals, which relates to this work that I'm doing here on YouTube. I have shelter goals, which relates to anything that goes to my house. And then this year, which I haven't had before, I have Shonda goals. Doesn't start with the S, but the sound works. And these are just personal goals, things that I want to make sure that I'm accomplishing, that just kind of have to do with me and nobody else in my family. So I'm going to dig in. I wrote down, like I said, I did a little cheat sheet and wrote down things that I want to make sure that I cover. So I'll be referring to that as I fill in the power sheets. So let's see. Let me go ahead and I'll just switch straight to the power sheet view so you can see them fully. Okay. If you're here, I can see that you're here, but I don't know who's here. So feel free to comment, share, let me know what you're doing this Friday night. Something probably more fun than filling out goals for the month. But we each have our own version of fun. This is fun for me. Okay. So in my spiritual section, I'm gonna do this. You can see them as I go through. In the spiritual section, I have three things that I want to make sure that I'm covering. I want to write the Psalms daily. So each day I'm reading a Psalm and I'm writing selected verses from that Psalm, and then also responding to that reading in my Write the Word journal. So I'm going to show you my Write the Word journal. This is my Write the Word journal for the Psalms, and there's actually 5 books in this series. And right now I'm on Psalm 1 through 41. So each day, I'm just flip to a random day. Each day, when I open it up, it gives me an opportunity to share what I'm grateful for. And then I read the whole psalm, and then it gives me select verses from that psalm that I write. And I just physically write them out in my own handwriting. Let's see. So this is from yesterday. Yesterday, I was grateful that it was a snow day. And actually, I was reading in Psalm 8, and I was to write down verses 3 through 5. But as I read 1 and 2, I wanted to write those as well. So I wrote down verses 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then on the next page, it gives me an opportunity to just write what's on my heart. So I'll share that, just write whatever I'm thinking about, any response that I have to that passage. Let me make this, is this going to focus? Yep, there we go. So in the on my heart section, I can just write and journal in there. And then at the end of the day, at the end of that page rather, there's a my word for the day section. And usually I'll just write down something that stands out to me from the reading, or something that stood out as I was in my on my heart that day. So yesterday I wrote down praise because that really stood out to me from Psalm 8. So yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna take that. So let's see. So in this goal section for spiritual goals, I have Psalms, and so I'm gonna put that in my daily section. I have BSF, which is my Bible study fellowship class. I go to that weekly, so I'm gonna write that in my weekly section. And next month, the first week in March, I actually have to teach a session at my church's Bible study on the book of Esther. So I'm going to be prepping for that this month. So this is a great one because it's going to have a daily, a weekly, and a monthly goal. So I'm going to just write those three in. I should probably have some music, huh? Okay, so for monthly, I'm going to write prep for Esther teaching. And in the weekly, I'm going to write BSF lesson, Matthew. I think we're in Matthew 17. And in the daily section, I'm going to write Psalm and WTW, which stands for Write the Word. Okay, so that's how I break down actually those goals, from just having ideas for goals and then deciding where they'll go in my power sheets. So the next section is the Stegall section. So for this month, I want to do a B3 and Me. That's my youngest son activity. We started doing this last year and we want to keep it going. We have a little list of things we want to do together. So I want to keep that going this month. I want to have family FaceTime. I have two sons that are in college that are out of our home, and we love to all get together, talk, laugh, joke, um, just have family time. But we have to do it on FaceTime because we're not all in the same place. So I want to do that weekly is going to be the goal for this month. And I also want to have fourth Sunday dinner with my either my sister or my husband's brother. Once a month, I'd love to just have this extended family gathering. And then date night is a weekly goal for my husband and I. So I'm just going to write those in now. Last month, for the B3 and Me activity, we made candles, and we made a video as we made those. If you haven't had a chance to see it, it's on my channel. So you can go back and watch it if you'd like to see us making Christmas candles. They were a hit. People really liked them. I actually had someone yesterday ask me if I had any more, and we don't have any more. So I need to get him to help me make more candles so that we can give out some more. Family FaceTime is, like I said, a weekly goal. So it's down here in the weekly section. Fourth Sunday dinner is a monthly goal. And then what was the last one? Date night. That is a weekly goal. So I'm going to write that down here. Okay. And the next section is stewardship. I do a digital budget. It's more like a tracking budget and less of a pre budget, like telling my money where to go type of budget. I actually more so track where my money went. And I also always wait until the very last day to do my taxes. So I'm going to try putting that on my list for this month to see if maybe I can do them much earlier instead of waiting till the very last minute. I need to update the FAFSA for my sons that are in college. And every month we have saving and giving goals. So I usually put those all together: budget, give, save. I'm going to put those together and write in these other ones. And these are all kind of monthly goals. So these are all going to go in this top section. So I'm going to write budget, but I'm going to write pre next to it because I want to do it before the money comes instead of tracking after. Then give, save, and I'm going to write taxes and FAFSA together. Okay. We're working really fast here. Okay, the next section is sweat health goals. Walking is a daily goal for me. I try to do that at least 1.5 miles every day. Most days I'm able to do 2 miles. Some days I'm really adventurous and can do 2.5, even 3 on the weekends. So walking is one of my daily goals. I have an update coming. I did a 90-day walking update back in October, and I just passed 200 days. So I have a video coming about that. I should write and talk at the same time. The next is I want to try meal delivery, like HelloFresh or something like that, just to try new recipes. Those two kind of go hand in hand. And SNL is squats and lunges. My husband came to the gym with me one day, and after I did my cardio, he had me do squats and lunges, and I was so sore after that. I'm like, I'm never doing that again. So I want to get better at it. So the next time that we go to the gym together and we do um, those extra things after cardio, I won't feel so inadequate. So I'm going to write down walking for a daily goal. I'm going to write meal delivery service in the monthly. And then in the weekly, it is meal planning and grocery shopping. If I don't do that weekly, things go awry. Um, I'm going to try squats and lunges daily. Otherwise, I won't make any progress there. And I'm going to leave the new recipe off until I get this meal delivery because I don't have any room to try any new recipes in my life right now. Okay. In the shelter section of these goals, I need to I need to clean out the pantry and I need to clean out my closet. And those two I'm gonna just put um, up here in the monthly and write down pantry and closet. And I'm giving myself for the rest of the month to get that done. Then I have my Shonda section, which I'm excited to add. I got a KitchenAid mixer for Christmas, so I want to bake a cake, a new recipe every month. So that's that, bake a cake. And one of my goals this year is to replenish my closet. Since I have been doing all this walking, I have been having some success in my weight loss journey. And so once a month, I'd love to find a new dress to add to my wardrobe. And I would also like to cultivate a weekly writing routine. So those I'm going to add to my list. So my Shondas are bake a cake and buy a dress, which is fun. Last month's dress was really cute. I got to wear it to church this past Sunday. And what was the other one? Oh, weekly writing. Oh, this one's going to be really hard for me. And the last section is share. You probably already saw that. It's to do this YouTube video weekly. So I can say this week that I did it because I'm doing it right now. So YouTube video. I'm going to even put my check mark. Hooray. Okay. So do I have any other dailies that I want to accomplish? No. If I do these 3 things every day, I will be very happy. If I do these 6 things every week, I'll be very happy. And if I get all these things done over the course of the month, this is going to be a great February. So, the words that I have chosen for myself this month, because it feels very ambitious, they come from the book of Proverbs, and it's Proverb 16, verse 3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. So that's what I'm going to write up here in this top section, because I feel this is very ambitious and I just want to commit it all to the Lord and I will check off what he will have me check off, and I will leave undone what he is telling me to leave undone. So I'm going to write that in here at the top real quick. Next time, I'm going to have some music queued up to play while I'm doing this. I would love to hear what you have on your priority list for this month. Feel free to share them in the comments or while we're live or in the replay comments. I'd love to hear what your priorities are for this month. This month, my priority is to press through. When I feel like I have a lot going on, I'm either go 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 or go 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 to sleep. So I want to press through this month and just work towards these goals that I'm laying out and see the type of progress that I can make. So this is my power sheet for the month. I'm going to just scroll it up a little bit so you can see it all. The last thing I do, and I know that these are all here this time, but if I had not made this little pre-sheet, this would be more important. But the last thing that I do is just go through, and I have a color coding system that I use for all the types of goals. That's what those highlights were at the top um, of each section. So I just make a little dot to make sure that I am covering all the main areas of my life um, with the goals that I'm setting on my tending list. So my faith goals are pink. My family goals are blue because I'm the only girl around here. So this one is blue. Family time, date night with my husband is blue. Fourth Sunday dinner is blue. Yep, that's all the blue. Then stewardship goals are green. Do y'all do this? Is this overkill? Let's see. My sweat goals are yellow because I don't know. They're just yellow. I was running out of color, so I had to pick from a very short list of colors. This is actually yellow because it's health related. Meal planning is health related. If I don't go to the grocery store, we will be in the drive-through. My Shonda goals are purple because purple is my favorite color. And my shelter goals are orange because honestly, it was the last color I had. That's it. That's the list. This was fun for me. This was, I hope, helpful to you if you're trying to figure out how to break down your goals and how to lay out a monthly tending list, how to figure out where you want to focus on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to accomplish what you have set before you. Hopefully, this was helpful to you. I'll be back with another video next week because that's on my list. So I'll see you next time. Thank you.